So, we're going to talk about that false report, right?
We are going to talk about the false report. It was handled very badly.
Okay.
No, but like that's just evident though. It was handled.
I mean, like, handled very badly by who?
But like if you think about it on an actual level, right? We're all in the hallway. All these kids are compiled in the hallway, and the information the MPD has is that there's a shooter on the 3rd floor. If there's an actual active shooter,
floor.
I thought it was 3rd.
They said room 208, which
Okay.
doesn't actually exist for some reason.
Okay, so 2nd floor, right? And there's a bunch of kids just piled into the 2nd floor. I was on the 2nd floor at the time. All the kids piled into the 2nd floor, and there's an actual active shooter. We're all dead. One spray, we're all gone. And you also count for like misfire, like the police trying to shoot the shooter, you know? Yeah.
I was like on the 3rd floor, so it was like blissfully unaware.
Yeah.
I always eat my like lunch in the IT room, so I go down, and all I hear from everyone on the 2nd floor is just talking about like this like shooter, like never like even like knew what happened. I wasn't like up to date within the last minute. I wasn't up to date with the last minute of the fact that 1, a false report happened, 2, police came, 3, they knew it was fake, and 4, they left.
Right.
And I did not know any of that until after 2B ended. And they came on the announcement and said, we had a false report of an active shooter. And I'm just like sitting there like, that happened. Right below me.
Yeah.
And I did not hear a wink of it.
It was insane. Everybody was in disarray and chaos. I think breaking my little funny stunt I do a lot on the show. I want to say that it honestly is really terrifying to be in a situation like that, and I think that if it was real, you know, we have to really think about that because it's not okay how it was handled. We could have all died, and those lives, like we saw in Uvalde firsthand, like, you know, what it can do to a community when, like, especially when a lot of kids die. And we really don't want to, like, you know, we like to make jokes in America where we're like, oh, we're America, we have those school shootings and things like that.
Gallows humor.
Right, yeah. But at the end of the day, you never think it'll happen to you, and that's why you make the joke.
To be honest, on that day, like, I was tempted to just, like, get in my car and drive home. Because, like, I knew, like, the next day that it was going to be, like, an excused absence.
Right, yeah.
Like, part of me was like, should I really stay at school? Because, like, I do, like, they're going to excuse me if I go home right now.
Yeah.
Like, do I really want to be... I stayed, don't worry. And apparently it was good to stay because I heard a lot of stories of people, like, walking off campus, like, running to, like, the houses, like, across the street.
Right.
And then coming back. I'm thinking, like, you know, if they really went out there and came back, like, maybe I shouldn't have left. Or at least been tempted to leave.
I didn't leave because I had a math test that day. So I was like... that's so messed up. I'm
Honestly,
thinking to myself, I was like, it's my mental health or it's my math test?
To be honest, like, I feel like if I got, like, a bad grade on my, like, test that day, I could have blamed it on, like, the stress. But I got 100.
Yeah.
Like, the one time I get 100, it's, like, the time where I have, like, an excuse to, like, get, like, a retake because, like, stress or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, I got 100. I mean, I'm happy I got 100. Don't get me wrong. It's, like, I didn't expect it.
I think that's something really important to speak to as well, the fact that, like, we have such a tendency, I think it's just people to cope with humor with almost all things. But America's a violent nation, and especially the South, you know, we really have really lenient gun laws down here. And I think that it's a tendency for us to cope with humor and be like, oh, you know, if the school got shot up, I personally just wouldn't get shot, I wouldn't die, you know.
I feel different.
Right, and it's funny in the moment, and then you think about it later, and it's kind of like if the school actually did get shot up, I'm not built different. I die one bullet.
A lot of us are just expecting to die, I think.
I mean, I think that there's a really high, like the depression rate, anxiety rate, Franklin, like a lot of mental illness that, like, kind of ravages the school. Like, I've heard people make jokes.
I'm the reason why that's around. I want to make that very clear.
I've heard people make the joke where it's like, don't come to Franklin if you're, like, mentally stable, and, like, don't come to Franklin if you're straight. And I've heard that joke, and I thought that was so funny. But it's true. We're just, like, a really big school of, like...